Alright, so I just want to make a quick video for all of you 6'5" guys like myself. I've seen plenty of videos on YouTube of guys with high idle switches, seen it in forums and everywhere else, and I can't seem to find a fairly informative video of showing how to actually do it. I've seen lots of videos where guys have the switches already wired up, show you a picture of the glove box just being dismantled, and that's about it. So I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown on how to do this. I don't have mine finished yet, but I have it roughed up that it'll work. So I'm going to show you guys here quick. What you're going to want to do is take out your glove box here. And if you don't know how to do that, you open the glove box by the little detach here. And some trucks, mine doesn't have it. And if it does, it was broken off by someone. There's a little plastic wire here that helps keep the glove box from hanging down too low. And there's also a stopper on this side. So to get it out, all you gotta do is pinch the stopper inwards towards the glove box, and the glove box will fall down and unlock from the hinges right here and here. So the next thing you're gonna wanna do is get down here to your ECM, and I found it's very easy just to pull this guy out. And you can roll it down right there so it's out of your way. And for some of you it might be easy to actually pull the PCM out, but the owner before me actually had it tuned by Heath Diesel and has it in there, and however the hell he has it in there, it does not want to come out. So the next thing you're going to want to do is come to this first connector right here, and you're going to pull this tab. And a really easy way to do it if your PCM's never been taken apart, and you can see I broke mine because I didn't do this the first time up there. You're going to pull this tab, and if you're lucky, it'll wiggle out. And you don't want to pull on the wires, you want to pull on the connector. And if it comes out easy, well, you're lucky. If not, you can get something in there above the connector and between the PCM and wiggle it out. But I shouldn't have that problem because I just had this apart. So then after you get that first one out, you can kind of discard that. And then you want to go for the second one, which is a little farther back, so it makes it a little more difficult, but pretty easy nonetheless. And this is the most important part here. So if you can see on the connectors, you have pin number 7 and 8. Now that is what runs your high idle switches, and one is a 1000 RPM idle and one's a 900 RPM idle, I believe. Or no, one's a 1070 and the other one's a 1300 something, and then together it makes like 1600. So what you want to do is you're going to take out the pin restraint right here. It's this plastic guy. I'm trying to do it with one hand, but it's kind of difficult. Pretty much what you want to do is get in here against those guys. So what you want to do is stick your knife, screwdriver, whatever. Probably a screwdriver is a better option, but you want to push in there and roll it so those pins come off the clips there. So I'm gonna do that quick, and then I'll show you after I get it out. So side clips come unattached. This is just gonna come out like this, and you can see those little forks are what keeps the pins in place in the actual pigtail. And all you're gonna want to do is, once you get to this part, given that you already have the connectors that you need, which you can get online, I will put a picture in of what they are. You can find them online, but they're actually kind of hard to find now in 2020. But what I did is I went to the local junkyard, and there was sadly a plethora of 6.5s, and I cut a couple of these guys off and took them home with me. This is what you need. So you just find a 6.5 with a PCM harness and go into the pigtail here, pull the pin off like I showed you, and you can yank them out and cut them off, take them home. I got 4, which is 2 more than I needed, just in case. So you're gonna go to your 7 and 8 spots, which 9 out of 10 times, to my understanding, are the only open 2 spots on the plug. So all you want to do is you want to get a pair of needle nose pliers to push these in, because they are pretty hard to get in. They have a lock mechanism on them. It's like a little spring on top. Let's see if I can get the focus. There's that little spring clip there, and that locks it in so it doesn't move while it's getting plugged in and taken out of stuff. So that makes it hard to get in, but if you push it down hard enough with some needle nose pliers, you'll be just fine. And then for the last bit of seating that it needs, this usually does the job. So I'm gonna put this back together and then show you guys what to do the rest of the way. So what you're going to want to do after you have all of your stuff plugged back in, you're going to want to pull your wires out, and I'm just doing this for testing and demonstration purposes. This is not my final product. I'm waiting on switches, so I'm going to run them up behind the dash, take the dash off, and I'm going to put them right here. If you guys don't know how to take the dash off, I'm not going to do a video on that. That's pretty simple, and there's plenty of videos on that. All you gotta do is drop the steering column all the way down, put it in first gear, and pull this out, and then it all just pulls off by hand. So anyway, back to the important part. So what you want to do is you want to take the wire off your PCM that I showed you how to put into the pigtail connection, and you want to ground it. I have it ground by an alligator clip right under the dash for right now, and start your truck up. And I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to hope that I did everything right and don't destroy my PCM. Evidently, I don't think I have a good enough ground. Oh, actually, it's the switch. I remember why this isn't in the golf cart. But as you can see, if you hold the switch to where it wants to work, hopefully you don't have a switch like that, you now have high idle. So I'm gonna shut that off because that thing's janky. Yeah, so I hope you guys found this helpful. And by the way, I forgot to mention this is a 98. The way I showed you should work for everything 96 and above. These are the OBD2 versions of the trucks. I don't know how the OBD1s are. I'm assuming it's very similar, with the exception of most likely some different pigtails going to the PCM. So, all right, well, that's all I got for you guys.